Welcome to Graziella on www.graziellaTV.com. Serving up a hot dish of this and of that, only on GraziellaTV.com. Be there.
Hello and welcome to the Fit Foodie on Graziella TV. I'm your host, Graziella Baratta. Thanks for joining me in another fabulous episode of GTV, where I serve up a hot dish of this and that. Today, I'm going to be making for you a healthier chicken cutlet that is absolutely delicious. You won't miss the carbs or the breadcrumbs. So let's get started. Here I've got a very interesting kind of flour, and it's a sprouted wheat flour. And the reason why it's healthier and a little bit different is because it digests as a vegetable. So what I'm going to do here is put about 4 tablespoons of the sprouted wheat flour on a flat plate. Heaping tablespoons. Now we're going to mix that with a little spice mixture that I have here. And I have this one brand that I really love. It's an everyday seasoning. You can find it anywhere, but it's just dried herbs. So you want to make sure that you read the food label because a lot of these spice mixtures have MSG in it and some unhealthy ingredients. So mine only has sea salt, mustard seeds, black peppercorns, coriander, onion powder, garlic powder, chili pepper, and paprika. These are all dried herbs. There's no corn syrup, monosodium glutamate, or any artificial anything in there. So this is a really great everyday seasoning to have. So I've already ground some of that up, and I have about 2 teaspoons of that. I'm going to put that in my flour here. Now this is actually going to coat the chicken and actually give it a nice little crust. Just mix that up. And I think I want just a little bit more in there, so about another teaspoonful. Great. So let's just mix that up. And now, here I've got some thinly sliced chicken cutlets. I also have prepared with me a meat pounder because sometimes they're not as thin as the package says. So you want to make sure that they're really, really thin so that you can get a really nice cutlet. So let's check these out, and these are indeed really thin. Thank you, Mr. Butcher. Okay, so we're going to take this chicken and dip it right into the flour mixture, one side and the other side. Perfect, and once they're done, I'm going to place them on another plate. So you're going to go ahead and do that for all of these really thin cutlets. Okay, so this piece isn't so thin. I'm going to go ahead and take my meat pounder and pound it out. Ready? Almost there. Gotta put a little muscle into that. One more. Perfect. Great, now let's go to the stove and get the oil ready to saute. Okay, so here I have a shallow pan with some canola oil, and as you can see, there's very, very little canola oil in there. Okay, just enough to coat the bottom because our chicken cutlets are indeed very thin and we don't want to deep fry them. So we just want to saute them lightly. I'm going to heat this up on high for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then we'll place our chicken cutlets in there. You also want to make sure that you're not putting them in there when the oil isn't ready yet, because then they will soak up all of that oil and you won't get a crispy coating. It'll just be really soggy. So let's wait for that to heat up. And in the meantime, let's get our side dish ready. So let's go back to the table. So now our side dish is going to be broccoli with some orange pepper, one of my favorites. So I'm just going to take 2 heads of broccoli and cut them up. I'd like to just get rid of the end here because it's really, really tough. So just kind of get rid of that part. And then you have these wonderful little broccoli florets. So cut them up into bite-sized pieces. And when they're fresh and they're simply steamed with some herbs and a little bit of olive oil, they're absolutely delicious. You need nothing else. So I'm going to take my red pepper and slice it up now. What you want to do, for those of you that aren't fans of spicy, you want to take these seeds out, okay? So the best way to do that, I think, is to just cut around as best you can, because they're all kind of clumped up in the middle. Okay, so then what you're left with is your clump of seeds. So let's throw this out. And then you have some seeds left over in the center, and you just kind of want to scrape those out. Okay, let's chop these up into thin little slices. Like so. Okay, now our oil is ready for the chicken cutlets. I like to arrange them so that the larger pieces are right in the center where the heat is highest, and then the smaller ones are around the edges. So we're just going to let these saute on each side for about 5 to 8 minutes. Because they're so thin, they don't need so much time. And I've lowered my heat to medium so that they don't burn. You want to initially put it on high to get it nice and hot, and then lower it to medium. Okay, so while that sautés, we're going to get our veggies ready. Okay, now I'm adding my fresh broccoli and pepper to a pot with just a little bit of water to steam them. Okay, now it's time to turn the chicken. That's looking really great. Nice crispy coating there. So what I like to do with the fork that touched the raw chicken is toss that in the sink and then grab a clean fork for the cooked chicken. Okay, so while that finishes, let's go ahead and check the veggies that are steaming here. About halfway through the steaming process, you want to start adding some of your herbs and spices. So again, I have my little spice mixture here. These are looking great. Just going to top them with a little bit of my everyday seasoning. And again, this, you can make it up yourself, or you can get one like this, which kind of grind with a little grinder, and it kind of grinds everything together. So this has salt, sea salt, black peppercorns, coriander, chili pepper, mustard seed, and paprika. Oh, and onion and garlic powder. Okay, so these chicken cutlets are looking great, and they're done. So let me plate these. Okay, now let's check on these veggies. And they are looking wonderful. Now I'm gonna shut these off because they're done. I don't like them steamed too much. I just like them to be a little bit cooked with a little crispiness to them. I'm going to drizzle just a tad bit of olive oil over it. Give that a little stir and we're done. Okay, now let's serve. And here you have it, your healthier chicken cutlet with fresh broccoli and orange pepper. Now it's time to taste. You absolutely don't miss the breadcrumbs in here. This is absolutely delicious, and you won't believe that it's just herbs and sprouted wheat flour. So this flour has a lot more fiber and it digests as a vegetable because it's sprouted. So go ahead and look for that. It makes a wonderful chicken cutlet. Now let's try the broccoli and the peppers. Get a little bit of each here. I love that combination. You have the sweet orange pepper with a little bit of spice and the fresh crispy broccoli. This is an excellent meal. It's quick, easy, and absolutely tasty Fit Foodie style. Thank you so much for watching the Fit Foodie on Graziella TV. And now, the fan of the week. Stephanie Kudney. Thank you so much for watching and supporting Graziella TV. Lots of love to you. Thanks to everyone for watching Graziella TV. Don't forget to like us on facebook.com/Graziella TV. I'll see you next time.
Serve it hot. Graziella TV.